Hey guys, thanks for joining me. You know, I consider my cook kits and my Twig stoves part of my bushcraft toolkit, and I'm sure you do too. And we're always looking for the ultimate stove or the ultimate cook kit. I haven't found it yet, so I have a few that I put together, and I use them all often for different circumstances. But if you want to see what I'm using, stick around, I'll show you. First up, solostove 900 pot and stove combination. So very strong stainless steel construction, well made. The lid has a little locking handle, pretty handy, and also pretty handy little spout for pouring your coffee. So I've had this for about 5 years. Usually there's a pouch that holds it all together, but it's worn out. A lot of use on this stove. So this is a nesting stove pot combination. Inside this pouch is the solostove itself. Once again, well put together, goes together really easy. That's all it is. Put it together. Pot rests on top. Fairly sturdy. It's a gasification stove, so it draws in air in these ports and shoots it out these ports and the inside, and it reburns the wood gases as you go. So they're pretty efficient. Burns almost anything. Solostove 900. Together they weigh about a pound, so that's not too heavy at all to carry. The Toaks 750 pot and stove combination. So, comes in not a bad little stuff sack. I don't think it's going to last forever, but it comes with a stuff sack. Here's the mug or pot itself, titanium, so it's very light, and again, great handles, a bail so it can go over the fire, something the solo pot is lacking, and a really good lid with a locking handle as well. Okay, so titanium, it's super light. I'm not sure exactly what this combo weighs, but I'll post it right here, and I'll let you know what it weighs. There's the pot itself, 750 mils, with measurement graduations. So onto the stove. This stove is titanium as well. Super light. Comes in 3 pieces, so that's the base. These 2 pieces lock together. Then they all fit together like that. With the pot on top. There. So it's a little high, a little shakier than some of the other stoves, but if you're on firm ground, flat ground, no problem at all. So in this Condor bottle pouch, I carry a complete cook kit. So let's take a look inside. I have a cup, glacier cup, a lid to my pot, fits into the lid of the bottle pouch. That incidentally fits the cup as well. Water source, and the pot fits in the bottom. Pretty snug fit. Well, that's okay. So with this system, I use the Pathfinder cup. I think it's about 750. Anyway, butterfly handles, pretty good little lid, and there is a bail system that works with this, but we don't need the bail system today because we're using a stove. And the stove that I'm using today is the Firebox Nano, and that resides in the front pocket of this bottle pouch. So very compact. I made this little pouch. It does not come as shown. I've only used this once, so I'm learning as I go along with you today. Sets up like that. And you can feed through here, or you can feed through the sides. And your cup or your mug sits on top like that. Pretty good little system. So let's fire them all up and see how they work. So basically, this is the type of fuel and tinder that I intend to use on my stoves today. I basically just grabbed it as I was walking, so I got some nice fluffy birch bark here, lots of sticks. As I was going, I just grab a dead branch and break it up into working pieces as I walked. Didn't take me much time at all, and there's quite a bit of fuel there, probably enough to fire up all three of those stoves. Alright, I have all three stoves stuffed with tinder, stuffed with sticks. Let's light them up. Okay, I'm just going to use a lighter today because I have one. First the Firebox Nano. Let's do the Toaks next, and Solo. Okay, we're all lit. Once I get an established fire, I'll take you back and we'll start, I don't know, maybe make some coffee. How's that sound? Okay, it seems a shame letting all these BTUs go to waste, so let's cook a little something. I brought something from home, a dehydrated meal I made. This is chipotle chicken and rice. Let's throw that in the Solo pot. How's that look? Pretty good. And let's see, top it with a bit of water. Before long, it's going to be lunchtime. Okay, let's get it on the Solo stove. The lid. Let's just go with a cup of coffee in the Toaks. Awesome. And yeah, we'll do some more water on the Firebox Nano. So these stoves work very well. You just have to babysit them a little bit, you know. Keep them fueled up. The Toaks has quite a bit of capacity, which I like. This long burn chamber. But the Solo has a wider burn chamber. So guys, of the three, I'm going to say that the Nano might be the easiest to keep going. Although you need to babysit it. It just seems to be the easiest to keep lit. Okay? Slight edge. Not a big edge. Slight edge. They're all working pretty well, as you can see. Takes a bit of work to keep three of these stoves going though at once. This isn't really which is better, I guess. It is kind of a Solo versus Toaks versus Firebox video, but just showing their features, not really which one I like best. I'm not sure which one I like best. They're all good for different reasons, right? Still feeding. Still feeding. So if this were a contest, the little solo stove would win. Rolling boil. My lunch is coming along nice. I'll let that simmer for a bit. We're getting close. There's a few bubbles on the Toaks. And a few bubbles there. Interesting for me to do this side by side, just for my own interest. Nice boil on the solo. That's a pretty boil. Okay, the Toaks is going like crazy. Let's see what the Pathfinder's doing. Not that great yet. Huh. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this little Firebox would have been a little quicker because the flame has been steady all the way through. The Toaks I've had to coax along a little bit more, but proof is in the pudding right there. And there's lunch still bubbling away. There's no flame in the Firebox of the solo stove anymore. It's just residual heat and coals still keeping a simmer. Can you believe I forgot coffee today? Looks like it's tea. There you go, good rolling boil. So one kind of cool feature about this solo stove is that even though this is still screaming hot, you can pick it up by the very base. The very base is cool. So if you need to move it around, you can do that. If you touch it up here, it's hot. That's very hot. But down here, it's cool. That's not a bad looking little lunch actually. Chipotle chicken with brown rice. I make it pretty spicy because during the dehydrating process you lose a bit of the spiciness or the flavor. But if that's something you guys would like to see, me making up some of this food and dehydrating it, maybe sharing my recipes with you, let me know in the comments. Tasty. Want some? Ton of flavor, ton of heat in this actually. I really hit the spices right. I do a version with beef too, and beef is great too. It rehydrates a little better actually. So there you have it. Firebox Nano, stainless steel, the Solo Stove Light, and the Toaks, small wood burning stove. Which one performed best today? So if I had to give one stove a slight edge today, it'd have to go to the Solo Stove Light. It just performed a little bit better than the other two today, but that's not to say that it's the best stove overall, because they're each different weights, they pack differently, one is more compact than the other, and they're all at different price points. So I hope this helped you a little bit if you're trying to put together a cook kit for bushcraft or hiking or camping, whatever you want to call it, just getting outdoors and having fun. I haven't tried a canteen kit yet, but I would like to try one, and if I do, well, I'll let you know what I think. So thanks for watching. So if you're not already a subscriber, please do share, and if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps small channels like mine to grow. Thanks again. Take care, guys.